I'm Alan Robinette with the Saline County Library. I'm here with Susie Everett, and this is Saline County Speaks. We are talking to folks in Saline County who make a difference, and we definitely wanted to talk to you today, Susie. All of the things that you've done and all of the events that you sponsor and just the presence that Everett has. And we definitely wanted to talk to you about what Saline County means to you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you including us because it's just a humbling experience overall to be able to give back like we've been allowed to.
Well, and I'm glad you started with that. Before I came here, I spoke to Gary James over at the Chamber because he spoke at my Kiwanis Club a little while ago, and he related a story, and I wanted to make sure I got it right. Before I spoke to you, basically he was talking about the first time on Glitz and Garland that he went out to all of the local dealerships and said, what we want is we want a vehicle. We want to be able to we want to make a splash, and we want to be able to give away a vehicle. So if you would, please give me the lowest price that you can give me on a vehicle, and that will allow us, just cut it as low as you can. And that will allow us to spend that money on other promotions that help the other businesses in Saline County. And so he went to, of course, your dealership and a couple of others, and he was not back to the Chamber before his phone rang. And I believe it was your husband that called him, Dwight, and said that we would like to give you a vehicle. So he went back into his meeting, and he said, well, we've got 3 bids. And he mentioned one, and he said it was like $18,000 for a $35,000 truck, good bid. And then there was one that was $15,000, and then there was Everett wants to give us a car for free. What do you all vote on? And what,
I actually didn't know that whole story.
And what she said, the way he said, was that it wasn't so much, of course, having a vehicle given, and you've done Glitz and Garland for the last 12 years?
I think so, yes. Yeah, I thought you were going to ask me that, and I'm not. I was thinking about the cars we'd given away. I think there was 12, maybe 13, 14 cars. Some of them we did too.
Yes. But it's been a long-standing tradition. But he said it's not so much the vehicle, which of course is so impactful for a nonprofit like a Chamber of Commerce. But he said what Everett has done more than anything else is by their actions and by their philanthropy, they have taught other businesses how to do business in Saline County. And I thought, I wanted you to comment on that because I thought that was probably the biggest compliment he could give.
Well, it is, because it's not out there for a show. It's out there to give back. And so, yes, that's an honor to think that other people, I'm glad it produces that desire in others to, do business by contributing to your community. So that makes me feel good. It's been when we started, it was about in 2006. My husband sat down and called the schools and the chamber and wanted to be a part and wanted to figure out how we could give back. This is before we knew how much God was going to bless and the community would get behind our business too. But it's so that's what we wanted to do from the beginning. It's been good. It's
been a success story. I'm sure that's gone beyond anything that you could have hoped.
Yes, honestly, above and beyond, because we never dreamed that it would be like this.
Right. Well, and of course, the major part of it when I talked to Michael at the Saline Memorial Hospital.
And Matt maybe?
No,
Michael Stewart.
Michael Stewart, yes.
Right,
and when I spoke to him, and he said that it's important for the hospital to continue to make money, but the important part about making money is that if there's no money, there's no mission. And he said, in a lot of ways, our platform is supported by the fact that we can continue to make money that gives us a platform in order to forward what we think is an important mission of giving back to the community.
Right.
And I thought of that before I came here to talk to you, because I think a lot of what you've done and the success that you've had has given you a platform, and you could use that to do any number of things, to build other dealerships in other states or other places and to continue to succeed. But every time we go to Third Thursday, there's a big banner that says Everett. When we were out, I was out, packing the backpacks at Ralph Bunch, and you had a table set up. You know, you're actually out in the community, and I think that's laudable.
Well, I feel like it's part of the reason that God allowed us to be in this, you know, and blessed, because I don't know, it's just important to be a good steward of what you're given, and that's a part of it. Whether you have, you know, big businesses or it's just you working your job in some way or somehow, you know, a part is to give back of what you've been given, to be responsible with it.
Correct, yeah. And that started in 2006. Tell me a little bit about the very beginnings, about the decision to break off and start your own dealership.
Well, what happened is my husband's been in the car business. He at that time was like 28 years, and it had become big corporate, and about 9 months prior to us opening the dealership, he had retired from the business. So he had been off 9 months, and he said, if you ever decide through this corporation, if they decided to sell a dealership, so they contacted him, and we kind of took a step of faith and some loans and opened the Buick Pontiac GMC store back in 2006. And I was doing volunteer work at the time, and I didn't dream that I would be a part of the car businesses, because my background was with nursing.
Correct.
But I just told him I'd help him any way I could, and kind of fell through for the spokesperson that we thought we were going to get, and they said, well, why don't you try that? So that just kind of evolved, and then I got all involved in customer service.
Be honest, was that a little scary?
It was different. It was different, yeah. It was a new, I have to admit, I do like community theater and that kind of thing. But yes, it was scary at first, but I had really nice people in front of me that were behind the camera that made it a lot easier for me along the way. And the thing is, people just want to be treated good. And just when you're buying when you're buying something you don't know a whole lot about, you just want somebody to be fair and honest with you and treat you the way you want to be. You would like to be treated, and that's basically, that was my my knowledge of business, and it goes far.
Well, it's that simple, and yet it's that complicated too,
yes.
Because that can be a mission statement. But at the same time, to allow that to filter down to every part of the organization, the salespeople, the service people, the administration, the every part of the organization needs to believe in that and live it.
Right. And we try. Sometimes we fall off. We try to always get back to that. We try to do our best at that. Not always do we succeed, but we try.
I think probably 99 times out of 100 you probably do. So and so tell me a little bit about how your position, as you were a nurse, and then you evolved into the car business, and then how much of your nursing background helped you as far as being a giver and being in philanthropy with your dealership? Well,
I mean, of course, with that nurturing part of nursing, or just you do want to take care of people, so that did filter into it. But my family, that's what they wanted to do too. It's just my son-in-laws and my husband. It was just kind of the motto of our family of what we believe, for other people. So it wasn't just me in that process, but the nursing, it's just a part of the kind of the character of me. So it did filter in.
And some of that, I think, has grown into Women Equipped, which I wanted to talk about, that nature and that spirit. You've got a class that has recently graduated from Women Equipped. Yeah. For those who maybe don't know what that's all about, maybe explain a little bit about Women Equipped, how that got started, because it's more than just a seminar. It is a commitment.
Yes. Well, Women Equipped is, it's called Women Equipped Christian Women's Job Corps. It's a 12-week course, and it's on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 8 to 2, for women just that want to improve their situation in life. And honestly, what guides my life is through my faith. And I felt like God had called me to this ministry, even though was really busy. But and a friend of mine in Paragould had been doing this, and I thought, I do not have time for that. But then when it was my time to do it, I thought, you need to do what God wants you to do, or you're not in the right place.
When that knock comes, you answer it.
That's right. And so we had our third graduating class. We've been at this 3 semesters. Of course, prior to that, we'd worked for 2 years trying to prepare this 501c3 charity and all the curriculum. I had Cindy Haltom as one of the site coordinators that helped get the curriculum together, and we offer relationship classes, computer skills, job skills, goal setting, budget and finance, budgeting, just different opportunities for them to learn and hopefully improve their lifestyle once they've graduated, and plus Bible study.
Right. And faith is a huge component of Women Equipped.
In fact, it just filters into every class. It's not like you got Bible study, but it's just a way of life. That we teach. And I just left the ladies that were the teachers and stuff. We had a Christmas party for them, and it's just, I said, the thing that makes this work is we just love unconditionally there. We're not there to be a judge. We're there to offer positive things, but we love you just the way you are. You know, whether you change or not, we're going to love you. And I think that's a big plus, because it's like God loved us so much, and His love is coming through us, and it's just really a special place.
And to those who are given much, much is expected. At the same time, I believe that Luke. I believe that's in the book of Luke.
But it is in the Bible. But that is so true.
And you have been blessed with so many things, and the way that you give back to the community is I think an outpouring of, I've been given this, and I can then forward this back, and just hearing you say that faith isn't just a chapter of what you're teaching in Women Equipped. There's faith-based principles in finance. There's faith-based principles in relationship training and things like this. It's just it permeates everything that happens with Women Equipped. If anyone is interested in doing that, in signing up for that, what are some of the things that they can do to sign up for that, and what are the parameters?
The parameters, 18 or older. This semester we had like 20-year-olds to 60 years old.
Oh, wow.
So we, any age, it doesn't matter. And you have to it's a commitment, because it's 12 weeks. You go on womenequippedsaline.org, fill out the information application. We contact you and then set up an interview, because we like to talk one-on-one to let you know this is a commitment. It's like a job. This is not something you come to and don't come for 2 or 3 weeks.
Right. Sorry, I can't make it. I've got an appointment.
Right. Just try to make your appointments on another day, that kind of thing. And then we only have room for 15, 16 ladies. So if it gets above that, we have to build a waiting list.
How many applications do you normally get for a cycle?
Well, this last time we had 16.
Okay, very good.
And by 3 weeks, a lot of times you'll have people drop out. So we had 3 dropouts, so we graduated 13 this past week.
Very good. Very good.
So I do go to the website, or you can call the phone number 501-317-8720 and leave a message. We'll get back with you, that kind of thing.
What have your graduates said? You've had 3 graduating classes now. What have they come back and said that they thought was the most impactful part of Women Equipped?
One of the biggest things, and it's a relationship class called Boundaries. And one of the things they said there, I didn't have boundaries before, didn't know I could say no. And another thing that's popped out through goal setting classes, do you have any goals? And no, I didn't have any. And now they've got goals and direction, and you see a hope. And that's one of the most special things that I see, is the faces change, the countenance changes. We were talking about that. What did we see change most in the students? And one was angry when she started, and that's not like that anymore. And one did not want a hug or people, she didn't know positive relationships, and the smile on her face now and the hugs she takes, you see true change. It's just, and I don't see that all the time, and it's just for the volunteers, it changes our lives more probably than them.
That sticks with them, but I can tell that sticks with you.
Oh, it's like you get to be in there and see how God is changing lives, but you get to watch it.
Right.
And
right.
It's a pretty special.
Well, and it's a responsibility, because you're an instrument. You are helping to affect that change, but at the same time, what a blessing to have a platform to where you're able to be an instrument of change and affect people's lives so profoundly.
I just say, if you feel like you want to be a part of the community, if something is tugging at your heart, do that. And God puts you in that right special spot to give back the way only you can, or only I can.
What makes Saline County special to you? What makes Saline County home to you?
I moved here when I was 10 years old, so I've been part of the schools, part of just growing up here, and the relationship I have with, people older than me, the relationships with people, I guess that's what is the most important thing to me. People have given a lot to me to help me grow up and encourage me along the way. So it's just, like you said, it is a good place to be. There are a lot of caring people.
Well, we definitely count you among them, whether it's Third Thursday banners, or helping Gary over at the Chamber, or coming to the Saline County Cares meeting, or packing backpacks at the Ralph Bunch community. Not only is Everett out there, but you're out there. And
there's just such good people that work with us. So I just we couldn't do this. I couldn't do this all by myself. There's
of course,
a lot of good people.
Of course, but I think all of Saline County has benefited from Everett being here. And like what Gary said this morning, people do business differently because of the philanthropic model that you've presented, and I think that's a real tribute.
Well, thank you. That is nice. That's good to hear. Good to hear.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, y'all, for tuning in.